Many older adults still believe something like this. As long as I don't eat pork fat or deep-fried food, I'm probably fine. Or I only use vegetable oil, it's light, not greasy, and everyone uses it. That belief goes back to the 1980s when nearly every bottle of cooking oil had a cholesterol-free label and TV ads repeated over and over, "Fat is the enemy." But here's something most people overlook. Not all fats are the same. And after 60, that difference becomes more important than ever. A 2021 study by the Harvard Nutrition Department found that diets high in industrial fats, including cheap vegetable oils, are directly linked to chronic low-grade inflammation and memory decline in older adults. And according to Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience 2020, when brain cells are constantly exposed to the wrong kinds of fat, cognitive function balance and memory gradually decline, often without the person realizing it. I've met so many people 65 to 70 years old who still believe I just need to eat less and I'll be fine. But they're tired stiff in the neck and shoulders and forget things more easily. Not because they eat too much, but because they're eating the wrong things. Today I'll break it down. The 4 fats to avoid after age 60 and 4 better ones that can actually support muscle, joints, and memory. We'll count down from number 4 to number 1 and finish with simple, healthy fats you can start using this week. Drop a comment below. Where do you live, and what kind of fat or oil do you use most often in your cooking? I'll read everyone and reply because making the right choice starts in your own kitchen. Let's begin with the number 4 most dangerous fat is something almost everyone has in the pantry. It seems harmless, even light, but it's quietly behind many of the joint pain, memory issues, and cholesterol problems that creep in when used daily. Number 4. Industrial vegetable oils. Many older adults still believe vegetable oil is the healthy choice. It's cholesterol-free, cheap, easy to cook with. But after age 60, your body doesn't process fats the same way it used to. Oils like soybean, corn, and canola, often blended together in generic vegetable oil bottles, are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids. These fats are essential in small amounts, but when they outweigh omega-3s, which is common in aging diets, they fuel chronic inflammation, joint pain, blood vessel damage, and even subtle inflammation in brain tissue. A 2017 study in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease found that regular soybean oil consumption can alter gene expression in the brain, affecting memory and mood. And when heated for frying or sautéing, these oils oxidize easily, producing aldehydes, toxic compounds that harm liver and nerve cells. I remember Julia, 69, from Kansas. She had bloating, leg fatigue, and poor sleep, no clear cause. But once she swapped vegetable oil for light olive oil just 6 weeks later, she told me I feel lighter, and I even remembered my son's old phone number. No miracle, just a smarter fat choice used daily. If your bottle says vegetable oil, canola blend, soybean oil, or corn oil, check the label. If it's ultra cheap, has a long shelf life, and doesn't list how it was processed, it's time to switch. Choose light olive oil for high heat cooking or pure avocado oil. You don't need much, 1 to 2 tablespoons a day is enough. And don't drizzle oil over food after cooking, especially if you're managing blood pressure, cholesterol, or joint issues. Not all oils are the enemy, but this one used daily quietly stirs up more trouble than most people ever realize, especially after 60. Number 3. Reused cooking oil has a place in the kitchen when used correctly. But after age 60, reused cooking oil becomes a serious threat. Reheating oil, especially industrial vegetable oils, breaks it down into harmful compounds like 4-hydroxy-trans-2-nonenal, HNE, acrylane, and short-chain aldehydes. These aren't just big chemical names. They're toxic substances that silently inflame your cells, damage nerves, and overload your liver's detox capacity. A 2019 study in the Journal of Clinical Biochemistry and Nutrition found that after just 3 reuse cycles, HNE levels in oil can increase 5-fold, far above what's considered safe for older adults. These toxins are odorless and tasteless. You won't see or smell the danger, but inside they quietly erode your memory blood vessel elasticity and muscle recovery. This isn't just a restaurant problem. At home, many people save oil after frying fish or potatoes, then use it again and again, not out of thrift, but because it still looks clear. But appearance doesn't equal safety. Oil can break down from the very first fry, especially if it's a low-quality vegetable blend. If you must fry food, only use oil once in a small amount and avoid letting it smoke or overheat before adding food. After cooking, cool the oil completely and dispose of it. Don't save it, and don't pour it down the sink. If your city offers used oil recycling, that's even better. Otherwise, seal it in a bottle and throw it in the trash. Better yet, switch to lower oil or no oil cooking methods, baking oven roasting, pan searing, without added oil or using an air fryer. One small kitchen habit like cutting out reused oil can lift a major burden from your liver joints and brain. And at 60 and beyond, that kind of invisible upgrade matters more than ever. Number 2. Fat from processed meats. There's a type of fat that quietly slips into breakfast, lunch, and sometimes dinner, not from a bottle, but hidden in foods like sausage cold cuts, bacon, and canned meats. It's not just animal fat. It's a mix of saturated fat, nitrates, preservatives, and byproducts, formed during high-heat cooking, a toxic combo for aging bodies. For younger people, the liver and kidneys can handle the load, at least for a while. But after 60, when detox pathways slow down and inflammation rises naturally, this kind of fat becomes a chronic burden. According to a 2021 long-term study in the BMJ, regularly eating processed meats significantly increases the risk of cardiovascular disease and metabolic dysfunction, especially in older adults. It gets worse. The Journal of Gerontology found that fat from processed meats contributes to muscle loss, visceral fat accumulation, and insulin resistance, even in non-diabetics. That means it doesn't just clog arteries, it saps energy, weakens balance, and disrupts blood sugar regulation. I remember Harold, 72, a retired mechanic from Ohio. His typical day: ham sandwich for breakfast, hot dog for lunch, a few slices of bacon at dinner. "It's just a little meat," he said. But his legs ached, his blood pressure bounced, and his sleep was broken. When we swapped his morning sandwich for boiled eggs and oatmeal-cut processed meats to once a week, things started shifting: better energy, steadier numbers, and deeper sleep after just 8 weeks. The problem isn't all animal fat. Fats from grass-fed beef or wild salmon can still be beneficial. The danger lies in fat that's processed, smoked, nitrated, or dyed, the kind that shows up conveniently packaged, smelling good, but doing harm. If you still enjoy these foods, don't panic. Just set a clear limit: no more than once a week, 30-40 grams at most. Choose nitrate-free, unsweetened, naturally cured versions when possible. Or better yet, swap in steamed fish, grilled chicken breast, or simply bump up your veggie portion. It's not about giving up flavor. It's about removing the fats that sabotage your heart, sleep, and memory, one slice at a time. Number 1. Too much fat from avocados. If one type of fat has been praised globally as a superfood, it's avocado. Smooth, creamy, easy to eat. Packed with healthy fats, great for your heart, good for your skin. And yes, avocado can be incredibly nourishing, but only when used in the right amount, the right way, and for the right body. After age 60, this matters more than ever. Avocados are about 77% fat by calories, mostly oleic acid, a heart-friendly monounsaturated fat. However, they also contain a significant amount of polyols, a type of sugar alcohol that can cause bloating and digestive discomfort, especially in people with sensitive guts. According to a 2020 study in Nutrients, consuming more than half an avocado daily may lead to digestive issues, reduced DHA absorption, and a slight suppression of natural testosterone production, a key hormone for muscle maintenance and energy in older adults. I used to think avocados were foolproof until I met Linda, 66, from California. She ate avocado almost every day, spread on toast, blended into smoothies, tossed in salads. After a few months, she started experiencing constant bloating, poor sleep, low back fatigue, and a drop in motivation. Lab results didn't show anything alarming. But when she cut out avocado for 10 days and replaced it with white fish and egg yolks, her symptoms began to clear up. The takeaway: younger bodies can tolerate high-fat superfoods because their metabolism is still fast and resilient. But after 60, even good fats, if overdone, can throw things off. Avocado isn't harmful, but too much can disrupt balance. If you love avocado, keep it to no more than 1/3 of a fruit per day. Have it in the morning or at lunch, not with oily meals, and don't let it replace protein sources. And if you're dealing with vague fatigue, muscle loss, or poor sleep, don't overlook the healthiest thing on your plate. It might be overdoing its job. So we've now covered 4 types of fats that can quietly disrupt the body after 60, even those that carry a healthy label. But here's what matters most: you don't need to cut everything. Just pick wisely, eat the right types at the right time and in the right dose. Because not all fats are bad. Some, when used correctly, can rebuild joints, sharpen memory, and restore stamina you thought you'd lost. Let's now count down the top 4 fats you should include regularly in your meals after 60. The kind that don't just maintain your body, but help it bounce back. Number 4. Fresh coconut meat. When older adults hear coconut, the first reaction is often, "Isn't that too fatty?" But the truth is, fresh coconut meat, the white firm part inside a coconut, provides a unique kind of fat that your body after 60 can actually use. And thank you for. Unlike animal fat or reused cooking oil, coconut's primary fats are MCTs, medium-chain triglycerides. These fats don't require heavy liver processing, they're quickly converted into energy. That means coconut gives your brain and muscles a clean, efficient fuel source without being stored as body fat. One 2016 study from the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism found that older adults who added MCTs from coconut for 8 weeks had faster thinking, better muscle endurance, and steadier daily energy. I had a patient, Mr. Martin, 70, who used to snack on cookies every afternoon. We swapped those out for a few slices of fresh coconut with warm tea. After 3 weeks, he told me, "I don't yawn in the afternoon anymore. My mind feels sharper. I feel lighter. Here's how to use it." Right, eat 20 to 30 grains of fresh coconut per day, about 3-4 small pieces. Have it an hour after a main meal or blend it into a morning smoothie. Don't overdo it or eat it too often. Even good fat in excess can cause digestive upset or unnecessary calorie gain. If you can't find fresh coconut, use unsweetened frozen shredded coconut mixed into oatmeal or breakfast porridge. This is a traditional fat source from tropical cultures from the Philippines to South India that has stood the test of time. And for people over 60, coconut can be a gentle, sustaining energy source that's easy on digestion, cholesterol neutral, and deeply satisfying when used the right way. Number 3. Egg yolks. If there's one food that's been unfairly blamed in senior diets, it's egg yolks. I've had many patients, even those living quite health consciously, tell me, "I only eat the whites. The yolk has too much cholesterol." This belief has been around for decades, but modern research now shows that for most older adults, eating egg yolks in moderation does not raise blood cholesterol. In fact, yolks provide critical nutrients that become increasingly important after age 60, yet are often overlooked. Egg yolks are rich in choline, a vital nutrient for brain function, memory, and emotional stability. They also contain natural vitamin D, omega-3 fats, and lutein, which helps protect the retina and lowers the risk of age-related macular degeneration. A 2020 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who ate 5 and 6 yolks per week had stronger muscle mass, quicker reflexes, and more stable sleep, up to 20 to 25% better than those who avoided yolks completely. I remember Mr. Jeff, 68, a retired PE teacher. He had avoided eggs for 10 years out of fear. His diet was all oatmeal and steamed greens, but he still felt sluggish, had poor sleep, and couldn't concentrate. After adding 3-4 yolks a week to his breakfast, he told me a month later, "I'm not just stronger, I feel awake again. It's been years since I had that much energy in the morning. How should you use them? Aim for 3-5 yolks per week. You can boil them soft scramble or pair with vegetables. Avoid frying in heavy oil or combining with salty processed foods or butter. If you have high cholesterol, start slowly with 2 eggs per week and monitor how your body responds, but don't cut them out entirely. Sometimes the food we fear most turns out to be exactly what our body needs as long as we know what we're eating and why." Number 2. Fatty fish skin. I once asked a 72-year-old home cook in Oregon, "Do you eat salmon?" She replied, "Yes, every week." Then I asked, "Do you keep the skin?" She shook her head. "No, too fatty. I'm old, afraid it'll clog my heart." That's a response I've heard countless times. And yet the fish fat people fear most is actually one of the most powerful tools for joint repair, muscle recovery, and memory support after 60. The skin from cold water fatty fish, like salmon mackerel or sardines, is rich in concentrated omega-3s, DHA, and EPA, and natural marine collagen. These nutrients aren't found in cooking oils or most supplements. They help reduce low-grade inflammation in joints, nourish cartilage, improve muscle elasticity, and slow age-related memory loss. According to Nutrients 2021, adults over 65 who ate just 50 gruyères of grilled salmon skin 3 times a week for 8 weeks saw improved recovery after movement and better knee flexibility. So why do so many people throw it away? Not for any scientific reason, just outdated fear. Fat is bad. But here's the truth: the fat in fish skin is not like animal fat or deep-fried oils. It doesn't clog arteries or spike cholesterol as long as it's cooked properly. How to choose the right fish? Look for labels that say wild caught, salmon, herring, sardines. They're all excellent. Pick cuts with intact shiny skin, not dull or torn. And how should you cook it? Super simple. Lay the fish skin side down on a tray. Sprinkle pepper and lemon slices and roast at 375-degree Kelvin for 12 minutes. The skin turns crispy and savory, no oil needed. If pan searing, place the skin down first. Use medium heat and don't flip too much. That preserves texture and omega-3s. What to serve it with: steamed vegetables, mashed potatoes, oatmeal porridge, or just brown rice. That piece of skin you used to toss away. It might now be the one thing helping ease aching knees, stiff backs, and restless nights. Symptoms you may have blamed on aging, not nutrition. Number 1. Pure grass-fed beef tallow. To many people, beef fat sounds scary. It'll clog your arteries, raise cholesterol, damage your heart. But the truth is, not all fats are the same. And after age 60, what matters most isn't whether you eat fat, but which kind you choose. Grass-fed beef tallow fat, rendered from the meat or bones of naturally pasture-raised cows, free of growth hormones, is being reevaluated by nutrition experts as a restorative fat for older adults. It contains stearic acid, a neutral saturated fat that doesn't raise LDL cholesterol. In fact, it may help reduce visceral fat and increase insulin sensitivity. It also contains CLA-conjugated linoleic acid, a rare fatty acid that protects muscle tissue, boosts metabolism, and reduces chronic inflammation, a core driver of heart disease, arthritis, and cognitive decline. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition 2018, adults over 60 who consumed 15 g of beef tallow 3 times a week showed marked improvement in muscle strength, flexibility, and sleep quality compared to those using vegetable oils. I worked with a woman named Joan, 74, underweight, very cautious about fats. She often felt cold, had shaky legs during weather changes. After she started adding a teaspoon of beef tallow to stir-fried vegetables or oatmeal porridge at lunch, her energy improved. "I don't eat a lot," she said, "but it feels like my body holds on to energy longer." Where to find it? In the U.S., Look for grass-fed beef tallow at Whole Foods, Trader Joe's natural food stores, or online brands like Epic Fatworks and US Wellness Meats. Make sure it's 100% pure. No vegetable oil blends, no artificial flavors, and ideally packaged in glass jars. How to use it? Just 1 teaspoon 5g per meal is enough for sautéing vegetables, cooking eggs, or flavoring soups. It has a mild, clean taste, digests easily, and unlike many oils, remains stable at high heat, making it ideal for traditional cooking styles. After 60-some things we thought we had to give up, turn out to be exactly what the body has been missing. Fat, when it's the right kind, isn't just fuel. It's what helps you stand firm, move steady, and sleep deeply. Closing message. After 60, your body doesn't need to cut out all fats. It just needs the right kinds, the right amounts, and the right way to eat them. Some fats, like industrial seed oils or those hidden in processed meats, feel familiar, but quietly speed up inflammation, fatigue, and memory decline. Meanwhile, fats often misunderstood, like fish skin or grass-fed beef tallow, can actually support natural recovery without medication when used properly. The key isn't to eliminate everything, it's to be selective. You don't have to overhaul your whole diet in a day. Just start with one small shift: switch your cooking oil, add a little good fat, or stop discarding that piece of crispy fish skin. Small changes, if they're the right ones, lead to results more powerful than any health trend. You can still live actively, feel in control, and wake up with energy if you nourish your body with what it truly needs. I hope this video helps you look at your daily meals with fresh eyes, not to be afraid, but to make better choices. If you've eaten any of the fats mentioned today, or if you have your own tips for protecting your joints, sleeping better, or staying sharp, please share them in the comments below. I read every single one, and I reply to each person. Thank you for staying with me until the end. Wishing you a warm day, a light dinner, and a night of peaceful, worry-free sleep.